Welcome to the rest of my day. After my morning video, I got requests. What's the rest of your day look like? What are some of the nutritional staples and your other meals? What do those look like? So I'm doing that for you in this video today. My name is Andrew Kolasco, and from here on out, I am your very own longevity coach for men 50 plus. And every week, this 58-year-old longevity coach is going to give you the no BS insider info on how to maximize and optimize your future years, how to increase your lean muscle mass, your cardiovascular robustness, your strength, your energy, and your overall metabolic health. Everything that you're going to need to make the most out of the years that are ahead of you. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss a future video of mine. After breakfast, in fact, after a lot of my meals, what I try to do is employ NEAT. That's non-exercise activity thermogenesis, NEAT, which just means moving around, doing things, doing the dishes, doing the chores. I try to find errands to do, so I'll head out, go for a quick walk down to the corner store, or maybe I'll go to the post office, or I'll go to the bank, whatever I can find to get a little bit of movement going, just to get that insulin, that glucose circulating, so it's just not so stagnant. I find it works for me. Yeah, I think it's a good method for fat loss that isn't hard to do, and you can get stuff done. Obviously, my viewers were asking for my daily routine. They were saying, well, what's your diet? What do you eat? What are the foods? Well, I like to employ what I call first principles thinking. First principles thinking cuts through all the diet BS, all the nutritional noise that's out there, and just basically goes upon the foundational principles. And those are, number one, you need to have the essential minerals and vitamins. Number two, you need to make sure you're having a protein. And you make sure, number three, that you're already a fiber-rich diet. You get these three principles right, and you put those as the foundation for everything that you eat, then you're going to be okay. In fact, research is showing that when you do that, those three principles I just talked about right there, you can add 7.1 years to your life based upon those foundational principles. And I'm not just talking lifespan here, I'm talking health span, quality years. All right, we're going to go on my next meal, but before I do that, just want to do a bit of a recap for those that haven't seen the morning video, just needed a bit of a refresher. What I had right after my workout was about 55 grams of whey protein. And I also had my EAAs, which was essential amino acids, and my creatine. So that was good for my recovery. Then when I got home, I made my famous blueberry banana chocolate protein pancakes. It's about noon, 1 o'clock now. So I'm going to consider this my third meal. And this is going to be my Greek yogurt muesli mix. And we're going to go into why I have chosen the ingredients in that. It's a bit of a cheat as far as this is a little higher calorie, a little more fat, but it's about the only one of the day where I'm actually doing that. What I want to point out here is in a 2008 PLOS medicine study, they found that eating the right kind of carbs led to a longer lifespan. Top of the list was oats, oat flakes, and sweet potatoes were on there too, as well as brown rice. But I'm going to show you those as they go into my yogurt today. What I do avoid is white flour and white sugar. White sugar has been shown to decrease life expectancy because of its risk for cardiovascular disease. But I never eliminate sugar completely. I mean, who can? Let's be reasonable. But limited amount of sugar is completely fine. And you'll see how I do it. And I try to do it with some kind of nutritional component to that sugar. So I'll refer back briefly to my morning video because I had my blueberry banana protein pancake there, and that had sugar in it because of the blueberries, right? But good antioxidants in those. Bananas, quite a bit of sugar in those, but of course potassium, some other nutrients in there. So those are good as well. And I had Manuka honey, which actually helps with insulin resistance that I told you about in that morning video. But that is how I get my sugar into that's my sweetener for my coffee. As I just mentioned, high on the list for good carbs to help extend life out were oats. And this is whole grain oat flakes as well as whole grain wheat, which showed as well. We're going to put those in. This has some raisins and it has sultanas in it. So those are going to have some sugar in it, but there are some nutritional benefits in there as well. But that's going to help me give me a bit of that sugar. And then I am also going to add, for a little more protein, I'm going to put in a few of these almonds. Okay, that's going to be good for our magnesium. and magnesium is another important aspect. And we are going to also just sprinkle in a little bit of protein powder, because this is we got to get the protein up a little bit, because otherwise, if I didn't put this in, the protein would be a little low. So we don't want that. And then we're going to put in our Greek yogurt. Now, Greek yogurt, very good in probiotics. Okay, there was a study done that showed yogurt comparison, so like baseline, kind of a basic yogurt against the Greek yogurt with the probiotics, and they showed actually 3 to 4% less fat mass over 3 to 4 months in the test subjects that were having, like I say, the baseline, the basic yogurt, as opposed to the Greek yogurt, because of the probiotics in it. That's what they're assuming that was taking place there. So, okay, nextly, we are going to put some flaxseed in there. This is great because it's going to add more texture to it, and it adds a little bit more deliciousness to it. And you are getting your fiber with this. That fiber is so important. It's showing that really makes a difference with lifespan. So we want to have that in there. A little bit more of the vanilla protein on top of there. Okay, just so we get a little bit more in there. That'll be good that way. And then we're going to put a little bit more of the muesli on, get our oats, whole grain oat flakes there, a whole grain wheat in there. And we're going to put a few more almonds on top of that to get that extra protein and also get that magnesium that I said is so important. We want the fundamentals in that. So we may have a little fun because we got a little more fat in the yogurt, right? We've got a little more calories with the muesli. We're making good choices as far as the nutrition content going. As you look at the rest of my day, you're going to see that just adding a little bit more here and there of calories in this meal, especially midday, where I'm getting a lot of movement going in still throughout the day, that's going to help me burn that off. So we got that. We're going to put a little bit more the flaxseed on there to get that fiber. We're going to top it off just a little bit more here. A few more things. There are also other nuts like Brazil nuts and almonds inside this muesli as well. So there's some added protein there. And one more dab on top of the yogurt, and then a final topping of the flaxseed, making sure we get that yogurt. And then I'm going to just put a little bit more sprinkle of the protein on there so that we get our protein intake up to where it should be, so that I'm going to be able to get this up around 40 to 50 grams of protein in it. And this is a real choice because it's good. That's vanilla protein that I used in there. It's a really good mix in there. We've got our fiber, we've got our potassium in here, we've got magnesium in here, we've got good carbs in here, we've got some sugar in here for sure for that sweetness. Hey, there's some nutrient benefits of having the choices that we made here. This is great. I'm going to enjoy it now. Okay, while we're enjoying our yogurt parfait here, going to touch a little bit more on that fiber. The fiber is so important because there was a huge meta-analysis done in the Lancet where it showed that there was a 15 to 30% decrease in all-cause and cardiovascular mortality with the right amount of fiber. And that, of course, we're talking about heart disease. When it comes to strokes and heart attacks, that type of thing, we're alleviated that way. Plus, there was a 3.8-month study that showed that the participants taking 14 grams more of fiber per day led to them having an up to 10% weight loss. So since we're in this corner of the kitchen, I'm going to show you what my actual supplement stack is, okay? So as you've seen in my other videos that I've done on TMG, this is a staple. I make sure I include it. It's great with my athletic performance. It's great with increasing my strength. And ultimately, that's gonna lead to lean muscle mass. So you'll see a discount in the link below to get TMG as well. You can check out my other videos on it, and you can check the comments to see all the kind of positive response that many of my viewers and subscribers are getting, plus the ton of research that's on it. But also omega-3, that's a staple. You gotta make sure you get your EPAs and your DHAs as well. I'm taking NAC, which is neacetyl L-cysteine, okay? And I'm also taking vitamin D, and I'm taking hyaluronic acid as well. And I'm taking Tonkat LE, and I got a collagen pill here that's I'm taking as well. Great for skin elasticity and skin health. So I make sure that I'm getting that in too. And yeah, that's a summary of that. It's about 5:30. I'm going to have my last meal of the day. Basically, this is going to be my dinner. And protein, an essential staple. We know we need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So I'm at 210. So I'm at least having 210, maybe 220, 230 some days, because I work out like a madman. I lift heavy, I work out hard, and I need to recover. Now, protein you're going to need for recovery. It's got creatine in it. It's got taurine in it with the ground beef. I may have chicken breast sometimes, but I'm ground beef this evening. You can have steak sometimes, ground turkey even. But I'll tell you why I like ground beef so much. It is masticated. Now, that's not a dirty word. What that means is it's already chewed up. So the bioavailability of it is even better. So the protein synthesis can take place even faster after you consume it. Also, with this, there's collagen in it because with ground beef, there are the tendons and the cartilage and that kind of type of thing that goes within the meat that produces collagen. Now, collagen is, of course, great for you as you get older because you need it for skin elasticity, you need it for your bone health, you need it for your connective tissues and that type of thing. It helps with that. Almost a cascade that the collagen is mixed with the normal protein. It starts a biosynthesis that takes place that helps it to be even more bioavailable. That's going to be our choice this evening. We're going to put this with some broccoli and have it soon. Here. All right, dinner is ready. So let's dig into that. I want to touch a little bit more on that ground beef and about that connective tissue that's included in the ground beef and how that collagen is a bioactive peptide. So this is collagen 1, alpha 1. This will cause a gene expression. Basically the beginning of the formation. Now you can't just do that with just amino acids. So this is what sets it off. That's why it's such a good choice. Now we've also got our greens here. We've got broccoli as our choice tonight because, like I said, fiber is important and you're going to get lots of that in your broccoli. Also, your vitamins, nutrient dense in broccoli. So it's really good that way too. Let's dig in. Winding down at the end of my day, doing normal things like most of you, maybe watching a TV series, maybe watching a movie. I will definitely read before I go to bed this evening. I read every single day before I go to bed. My bedtime, 8:15 p.m. Yeah, you're gonna say, whoa, that's early. Well, I'll explain why I go to bed that early in just a second. But first, let me point out that the research shows, look at the Why We Sleep book by Dr. Matt Walker, or you can check him out on YouTube, as well as some great interviews that he does with Peter Attia and with Andrew Huberman. And you will find that you are inducing a jet lag when you stay up later on the weekend, for example. So if I stayed up till 10 or 11, I'm used to going to bed at 8. It's like traveling across the country. So if you go to bed usually at 9 or 10 and you stay up till midnight or 1, you are inducing that jet lag. Then you got to go back to the other side of the country, so to speak, and you're inducing jet lag the other direction. And you have to get up that time at Monday morning. So avoid that altogether. You'll see why in Why We Sleep by Dr. Matt Walker, why that is so important. Why am I going to bed so early? So I can do the things I want to do. The things that you say, oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. Well, I'm leaving time for that in the morning. Obviously, my workout's very important to me. So I'm able to get that in, not leaving it to the end of the day when I'm tired, exhausted, and also got some other things that might come up. That's my free time. That's my sacred time in the morning. Plus, I'm able to spend that extra time in the sauna, which is good for me. And I am also able to do my morning mantras and, very importantly, my meditation. It's important to do something for mindfulness. Why? Because it helps you with your focus. It helps you with your concentration. It helps to keep you calm. In the eye of the storm, when you are able to self-regulate and be able to get control of your thoughts and be able to be strong in the moment when, stress comes a knocking, because you know it will. Your ability to be able to be strong, this is the greatest strength when you are able to have that self-control. So I would encourage you to do meditation, mindfulness practice, whatever it is for you, put that time aside. Thank you for being here this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments that you've been putting in. Please comment on this video. Let me know about your own routine. Let me know what you think of mine. And please leave a like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't, because I've got great content for men 50 plus. It's going to help you be your best 65, 75, 85 into your 90s with the kind of information that I want to be able to share with you. And I want you here to hear it. I want to be able to share it with you. That's my mission, to make your future years ahead of you the best they possibly can be. We will see you here for the next video.